Good morning. I'm going to take this trailer back because I don't own it. And that's what you do when you borrow. When you borrow things, you take them back. Don't forget that. All right. I'm gonna get this trailer dropped off, which it's not far, not harsh, just a little bit of a drive. And then today, I'm gonna try to find some ground to spray. Well, before that, I gotta get everything ready. I told you that, but let's have a good day. All right, got the trailer dropped off. I almost had myself in a little bit of a bind there. I didn't know their property, and I pulled around their little shed, and I in fact could not make that turn with that trailer. So I tried. Those suckers are hard to back up with the tongue, the pivots. There's a name, and it's escaping me, but it was difficult. But luckily the guy came out and showed me a way. I thought they had some shanks and things out, but I was able to sneak around. With those trailers, you don't want to back up. You want to keep going forward always. So anyways, dropped off. I'm driving around looking at the fields, trying to find some ground that is dry for spraying. And I just looked at one. I think it's going to be okay. I think it probably could go this afternoon. There's a little bit of a black spot that I could see from the road. Nope. That's my dad. 1 second. All right. I'm back. So it's not too weedy. This actually is more weedy as I'm showing you this than the rest of the field, but this is Ephesians 3:20. It would not have to be sprayed right now. I'll keep driving around and make that decision, but it is not near as weedy as some of the others. But I mean, there's stuff throughout. It's just not as grown up as the others. So probably will just go ahead and go over it all, but this would not have to be on the priority list, even although this probably is the driest. This one has the least amount of kind of low spots. So I'd really like to spray my parents' house. That place needs it the worst. It's where we had the hail on the wheat, and we tried to swath it to bale it, and it didn't, and so we could never get it into bales because it just started raining. Well, it is growed up and thick, so I need to get that sprayed for sure. But the waterway makes me nervous. That silty ground it can make a mess, and I don't want to make a mess. But anyways, on to the next one. Remember this? Isn't this handy? I can even probably do this with one hand. Maybe. Wait for it. Yes. Yes. All right. So I'm going to run some water into this tank so that I can hear that noise? That's water going into this tank. I need to put a little water in there so that I can turn on the pump and kind of get this motor warmed up so I can recirculate it. So I need to get a decent amount. I'm just gonna go ahead and fill it up. I'm gonna go do some other stuff and come back because I didn't want to run the pump dry to warm up the engine. So that's what I'm gonna do. But now I'm gonna go flush out the sprayer. that's what I'm gonna do. I'm under the tractor, just checking on, you've seen this, right? Up there, that's the underside of where it was leaking down. Everything looks good. Not, I mean, I didn't get all this cleaned off, so some of this was residual, but it's nothing fresh. That's a good sign. Now let me show you the PTO, if I can get out of here. PTO looks clear. Also, hydraulic fluid is good, plenty high. Maybe we did it. Maybe we did it, folks. All right, I'm gonna, what am I gonna do? Coolant, also still good. High. Engine oil, still good. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I am going to start this tractor, and then I'm going to unfold it, and then I'm going to grease it. Am I going to do that now? I don't know if it matters. I got to flush it. That's what I'm going to do first. Then I'm going to grease it and do all those things. Alright, found an issue. My gauge was stuck. It was stuck around 80. And so that was like the new zero. When I turned on the pump, it went up way higher. It's supposed to be zero, then go from there. That's how most gauges work. So I'm gonna go, I took it off, and the pump's not running, so there's no pressure, but there was some backed up pressure, and a bunch of kind of dirty, brown, rusty looking water came out. And that water is kind of trapped in there, so there's a chance that this orifice kind of got rusted, and I'm gonna try to clean that out. Maybe I can get this free and not have to buy a new one. Let's see what I find out. Okay, first, actually, this is gonna make a mess, but I'm gonna just turn the pump on just a little bit and flush out that tube. So stand back and let's see what happens. That wasn't too bad, as long as it stops soon. Some more of that nasty water coming out. Doesn't appear that's gonna work, so I kind of need this. Guess I'm gonna go find a new one, hopefully somewhere. I can't get it to work. No one locally has anything like it. I need a 4-inch face, stainless steel, 1/2-inch fittings. I can order it, so I don't know what to do. I think I'm gonna try putting it back on, and maybe with pressure running to it. I don't have really high hopes for that, but maybe it will break it loose and send it back down. I don't know. Does it work that way? Well, it'll be too late. By the time you tell me that, I'll have moved on. So we'll try it. What else do I got? What else do I have to lose? I could probably still spray. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'd like to get spraying going. We'll find out. All right, I got it back on. Let's we're gonna roll with it. I'm going to treat that as my zero, which is 70-ish, 72.5. Why would they do tick marks like that? 2.5. Isn't that weird? 72.5 pounds is my zero. If I get my flow rate right, then I should be safe. Should be safe. So I'm gonna do that. And we're gonna proceed. And I just ordered the new one from Farm Chem. Not sponsored like Larson Farms, you know, those guys. Big timers. So order that. That should be here quickly, but not today. So let's see. Okay, I turned the flow rate up and I turned it back down a little bit. That makes me feel more comfortable. I'm at about 75 pounds of pressure doing the math there. So let's see. Agitator. All is working. I just don't want to run out of this while I'm draining everything. Run the agitator. Run the tank flush. Still good. I'm just trying to get out a lot of these antifreeze and stuff out of here. It's a game of how much to take out so that I don't use it all, so I have enough to flush the boom. You get the idea. It's working. All right, I'm going to take off the end and beginning, or beginning and end, whichever way you like to say, of each section, so that I can flush out each section. And I'm going to need both my hands, so I'm just showing you part of this. See? Taking it off. I'll do that the rest of the way. Okay, I'm going to do one section at a time, starting with 5, because obviously. And I'm just going to flush out a little bit, like that. Next section. Till it's fairly clean, like that. Middle section I cannot see. Just imagine it's back there behind me. And you get it. I'm gonna do that 2 more times. All right, now I'm just gonna run all of it until I run out of water. That's that. Well, it's after 1:30. I'm going home for lunch now. Dad came over to do something and we started looking over the stripper. He's got a very critical eye, which is good. And so he sees stuff that I would never even notice. I mean, there's some things to fix. I still think for the price I'm in on it, I could spend quite a bit and still be in a good spot. It's not perfect. Got some leaks and some things. A little bit of a coolant leak, maybe the water pump. A little bit of some kind of seal leak there at the back of the engine, and then another seal leaking on the drive line. Stuff we can fix, just work, but it'll be good. He hasn't said anything like you messed up. I asked him. I said, "Do you think you're looking at me like what the heck did he do?" He said, "Oh no." So, anyways, it'll be a project, but I don't need it for a while. Got the sprayer all serviced. I just need to check the tires. The trailer is full of water, and so when I get back, I'm going to change the oil on that motor and then load the chemical that I need on the sprayer, the trailer, and load the sprayer. Check the tires on the sprayer. I gotta recalibrate the booms, don't let me forget to do that. And right now, just to delay my lunch a little bit further, I'm gonna drive to Old Glory and check that farm and see its condition on weeds and muddiness, and then make a game plan. It's a little windy today, so I don't know, maybe I shouldn't spray, but I'd like to get something done before we leave tomorrow. I tell you, we're leaving tomorrow, going to the Dallas Mavericks game. Luka Magic. Boys are jacked up. Here's the wheat at Old Glory. really good. Back to it. Old Glory was weedy and dry. So I think that's where I'd like to go first. Just depends on the time. It is, it's already almost 3 o'clock. So went home, quick lunch, back. I've got to do some things. So it depends on how fast I can get all that stuff done. Depends on if I'm going to go to Old Glory or not. If not, I may go over to Dad's and do one side of his that's not the waterway side. So anyways, enough talking to you. I'm going to do tires, oil change, chemical, load. I don't know what you'll see, but you'll probably see some of it. Alright, I think I'm going to get this warmed up next. Maybe enough gas in there for right now. Come on. Alright, choke, gas. Always makes me a little nervous. Make sure that I've got everything right. Got a little bit of fertilizer residue in there. Okay, so it's circulating. Let that run for a little bit, and then I'll drain the oil. All right, time to change the oil. Oil. What do you say? I don't know. I'd probably say oil. Holy moly. I tightened that way too. Probably just appropriately tight. Oh, man. Ouch. Well. That didn't feel great. Also, while holding the camera, the things I do, except now I definitely, maybe I can show you still. You see that? I'm not sure if you do or not. Close enough. Anytime now. Just wait for it. Wait for it. There it is. Changing oil is not hard. It's just messy. This is just taking time, but I've got, they're spraying. I'm almost gonna spray. I'm almost behind you. I got the boom calibrated so that the monitor is talking to the controller. I just need to do that before I forget. So now I gotta fill up, and I gotta make sure I remember how to do that, which is not hard to remember. Sprayed out the line and I lost my washer. If you don't have this, it will not seal and you will make a royal mess. Pump it. Man, there's a lot to get done. I'm tired. It's 5 o'clock. I still got daylight. So I'm going to go spray at my parents' house. Trying to get this tank emptied. I finally got loaded. Man, just first time doing things for the year. Just things. But all is good. I'm thankful. I saw a guy spraying earlier over here. Hopefully it's... it looks like he may have gotten some mud. But Dad went and checked, and so if I get in the mud, it's Dad's fault. You can tell him about that. I'm gonna scrape here a little bit. Wait for it. Yeah, a little bit of scraping. My hitch drops down pretty good and it drags. So I'm gonna get this parked and get this started filling up again. And then I am going to go to my parents and spray. I told you that. And I'm not really focused, so I'm telling you it again. So yeah, it's been a good day. Thankful for today. Let's keep it going. I'm spraying. I mean, it's going just like you would expect it to go. I mean, there's nothing fancy about spraying. Just watch out for stuff like that pole that you may not be able to see. Just raise up over it, and hopefully we're killing weeds. I do have to pay attention to when I get up here next to my wheat and other people's wheats that I go really slow down and I change to make sure the pressure is not too high. If the pressure is too high, it can make those droplets finer and then they'll drift more in the wind. We do have a little bit of a wind here, but it's not bad. It'll die down here at the end of the day. But keeping the boom low and yeah. So this is what I'll be doing for a while. A couple interesting things to show you. So this is where, again, that wheat was hailed out. And so that's, we got a lot of volunteer wheat. Volunteer on purpose, not volunteer. But look here, right between the two, like this through right here, there's like nothing. I don't understand, don't have any idea. So the only thing that was done different here was I ran the plow through here. But I've plowed a lot of other places here up next to the wheat. And it's maybe worse where I plowed than wheat is. The only other difference here is when I sprayed for the volunteer cotton on this side, I didn't spray this section right here because I didn't want it to drift onto the actual cotton. So that's strange. I don't know. Why? I'm telling you it's strange. I don't have any explanation to why. It just did. So anyways, the other thing is I'm in the right rows to be next to the wheat, but just the way our sprayer is, we have this nozzle as a half rate nozzle compared to every other nozzle. This one's capped. We don't use this one, but this one's a half rate nozzle because our sprayer path actually overlaps here. And so we double spray, and so since we double spray, we just spray half. The reason we do it that way is because it works out perfectly with our rows if we go 96, almost right at 96 feet, because we're on 30. It's on 32 track spacing, so if we skip every other 32, we end up going 90. It's just the way it works out for us. So anyways, because if I sprayed this, I'd kill that. And I don't want to kill that. So I'm going to put this, a cap. And don't let me forget to take this one off, because that would be bad news. So see, green, blue, half rate of blue. That should go. Now, the wind is like going straight south, right down these rows. So I think I'm gonna be okay. That nozzle there will spray a fan, and it'll get pretty close to that wheat. But I'm gonna slow down. I'm gonna go really, really close to the ground, and it's gonna be good. There's a good example. You can almost see the droplets on this side because they're real coarse, and that's what I want. So I've slowed way down. You see how low the boom is. We normally don't spray that low, but those droplets are real coarse and they won't blow in the wind near as much. You can't see it over there, but it's the same, obviously. And so the goal is that those droplets are going straight to the ground and not blowing onto the wheat. So sometimes the sun is helpful, lets you see things like that, but you can see my spray pattern overlap. Again, we'd like to be higher, especially, but there's nothing that tall, so should be getting good coverage like this. So you remember when I capped that nozzle? Or yeah, because it was going to spray on the wheat? Well, that was great, but then I forgot to take it off. Luckily, I got lucky. Does that make sense? Because I did that next to the wheat, and then I came and did the end over there. Well, that nozzle was in the ditch, so that's good. And then I actually made a round, and so then that nozzle was to the field. And so when I spray out the ends, I'll spray over that and cover it. So I got lucky, but I totally forgot. Now I'm doing this unconventionally, but I'm driving down to the other side of this field, because what would happen is I've got about 115 to 120 gallons of product in here, acres, I'm sorry, and that section right there, sorry, there's a car coming, that section right there is about 100 acres. So what was going to happen is I would finish spraying that, and it would be dark, and then I would have to come down here and figure out my right rows and spray next to the wheat and do all those things in the dark. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to do that now, spray the perimeter of this section, and then probably go, I don't know if it matters, spray this section where I'm going, and then spray the rest out on the other end. It's all half, 6 one way, half one. You know that phrase that people say, it doesn't matter. So that's the reason. Also, here's the wheat. There's some henbit. It's called purple henbit because it puts on a purple flower. It's actually kind of pretty. You'll see some probably tomorrow if I go spray it Old Glory. But it's not pretty. It's a weed. And we sowed this, and that was little, but now it's warm and it's growing. And so once I finish all this spraying, I'll need to get in the field and spray all the wheat to kill those kinds of weeds. All right, let's check out this one here. I also plowed right here, so it maybe looks worse than what I didn't plow over there. Make sense of all that. This here is volunteer wheat. I do mess up sometimes. You know, like the nozzle thing, that would be one. This was another one. I planted the, what did I do? I planted the wheat on this side, the year I planted it, wrong. And so, anyways, I did something wrong. So basically, that's why this looks kind of junky, because there was wheat here, not supposed to be, and now it's right. But this volunteer wheat, it looks really good. Maybe it'll grow. Those weeds, they look bad. Okay, now I got to figure out where my last row is, and I think it's here, right where my foot is. So I think I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to cover up, leave it the way it is, and don't forget to change it when I get to the other end. If you could help me, that would be helpful. If you could be like real time, that would require me to be able to upload these real time, and you'd have to see all my things where I mess up, you know, the bloopers. But I could use you to tell me, hey, don't forget. Except in the comments, that's too late. But learn from my mistakes. This field has been a challenge so far in my farming career. It's the weediest right now. We had a bunch of Johnson grass that was resistant to Roundup. That was fun. So there's gonna be seeds out here that I'm gonna have to deal with. I think I got a plan with a different chemical, an old school chemical that Dad we've used for years. I need to dust it off, and hopefully that'll work. But also, man, the washes here. Dad's house is on a hill, which is great for them. Love houses on hills. But water also loves hills. It's like slides, water slides. And I said I was not going to spray this field again until we fixed all the washes. Well, we didn't, because it's been raining ever since we finished wheat planting. So I haven't been able to get out here with it being dry enough to fix all these washes. So it's rough. Some of this back here, it's rough, and I'll try to show you, but it's also I got to pay attention. So we got to fix it, and we're not going to be able to fix it. We're going to be able just to clean it up so that it's smoother to go through. That's about all we can do without, I don't know, there's really not a great option. So anyways, it's family land. I'm proud to have it. It's good land. It's just, man, the water just, we've gotten some water, inopportune amounts of water in a short amount of times. What are you gonna do? Spraying's looking good though. Okay, here's an example of some water running. Now, this runs and then it goes straight down where I just came. I can't show you, the sun's in the way, but water comes down from the sun towards the camera, and you can see because there's a hill. But this has gotten really bad, and I don't know what I'm going to do here, if I'm going to try to go around that. It's gotten worse since I've been here. So yeah, just water runs this way, and then there's more coming. I don't know. So anyways, I'm going to put the camera down, but there it is. All right, now I'm away from the wheat. Can you tell that the spray is finer? I can. I don't know if you can with the camera, but I'm faster now. The RPMs are up a little bit, and so I can. Zoomed in on me. Don't want to see that. That's better. So I can go faster, and those droplets can get a little finer because I'm a hole through away from my wheat over there, and the wind's blowing the direction I'm going, and there's nothing in front of me. So, man, that was interesting back there. I'm almost done with obstacles. I got the go around this old equipment from the old house that still needs to be taken away. I got a guy that's going to come do that hopefully soon, and then so I'm going to spray the end over there, and then I got to go along the wheat on that other section of the waterway, and then I'll just be up and down, and I'll make good time. All right, just finished that field, or not the field, finished this load, and at 8 o'clock, that field just takes a long time. But also, I did 2 perimeters. Perimeter takes longer, and the gullies, and man, there's a ravine there on that side I was just at, and we have a AB curves track line that we follow. We sow wheat that direction. It's kind of perpendicular to the rows where the waters run so bad. Well, now the water ran down where the tracks where the sprayer normally goes, so I couldn't use my sprayer tracks. I had to improvise there, so that was an adventure. So anyways, I'm heading back to the barn. I'm gonna go ahead and load this up so that I'm ready to go in the morning. In the morning early, I'm gonna try to get over to Old Glory and get it sprayed. That'll take most of a tank. Then I'll get Dad to move the trailer, spray the nurse trailer over at his house. So then when I spray out the rest of that tank, I can fill up one more time. And then at lunch, I'll be done, or a little after lunch, because my family, we're going to a Dallas Mavs game. And I've been to one in my life, and the boys have never been. and they're all in on sports after the Rangers and the Cowboys. But they're all in, so we're going to take them and have a good time and see Emily's family for the weekend. And so then when I get back to it. But anyways, glad to get some of this done and get started on the spraying. And the spring has begun. Be spraying, strip till, and then planting not too long away. So appreciate you guys watching. Keep watching, subscribe, tell your friends, all the things. If you're gonna farm it.